Hey everyone, this is Aman back here. So today we are going to look into project number 3. I hope you've enjoyed project 1 and project 2. In project 1 we had worked on an AI agent and given it tools to do some particular task, and in project 2 we had made an AI resume critiquer. Both of the projects could be very easily done under 20 minutes and I hope you have watched them as well. If you have not, I do recommend that you watch those as well right after this video so that you get an idea on how to use the OpenAI key, how to use the UV functionality of Python. These all projects are really cool and you can very easily add them to your portfolio, and they would add a lot of value both in terms of learning, job interviews as well. Let's move on to project number 3. In this one, I'm going to show you how you can create an image classifier. In this particular project, we are going to upload any given image to an LLM and it's going to tell us what that image is, or it is going to classify that image. So let's check it out. Alright, so we are back in VS Code. I have project 1 and project 2, but both of these are done. I do need to copy this environment variable into project 3 as well. I need to copy it. So I'm going to copy the environment variable. I'm going to paste it right here. And right now, project 3 only contains this environment variable. Why does it keep popping up? Alright, so let me cd into project 3, cd into project 3. Okay, and then we need to initialize it just like we have done the previous two projects. We need to do uv init dot, okay, and this is going to initialize. Basically it is going to make a lot of other files as well that we are going to use. I am going to open this up, remove all of this, and I do need to add the dependencies as well. In this particular project, we are going to use the following dependencies. I'm going to use OpenCV. Beyond that, I obviously need Streamlit, although we already have that, but I'm still going to go ahead with that. And then we are going to use TensorFlow. Okay, so this will take a while. Yes, what is it? Let me just see what it is saying. Yeah. So I remember we need to do this pre-release allow. So I'm going to do that once again, but then I'm going to say pre-release is equal to allow. Oh, did I make a mistake? I made a spelling error right here. Pre-release allow. All right. So now it's going to take a while because these are some big modules. They will take a moment to download, and done already. All right. Let's start with writing the code for this particular project. Now, in this case, first of all, obviously, like we have done in all the previous cases, I'm going to move away the terminal and I'm going to start with, first of all, importing the dependencies. So let's start. So first thing, of course, I need to import CV2, which is basically computer vision, which basically helps a computer to see the image that we have uploaded. Next, I'm going to import NumPy as NP. This is usually installed whenever you install TensorFlow. Beyond that, I obviously want TensorFlow, I want Streamlit, import Streamlit as ST, just like we did in the previous case. And now the next one is going to be slightly complicated, but bear with me. So now we have from TensorFlow.keras.applications.mobilenet underscore v2. This is important. So mobilenet v2 is basically the LLM. It's a pre-trained LLM that we are going to use in order to get our work done. I'm going to import, okay, I'm going to import mobilenet v2. Beyond that, I'm also going to import preprocess input. I'm going to tell you why we do that. Beyond that, I also need a decode predictions. I'll show you why we need all of these in just a moment. Decode predictions, and this is about it. Okay, now we do need one more. We need something that can change the configuration of an image. So for that, we use PIL. It's a very commonly used library which is used to manipulate images in Python. So from PIL import image. Okay, all right, so these are our dependencies. Why is it still showing a squiggly line here? Did I make a mistake? Keras application. We'll find out if it's an error or not. All right, now, so the next thing that we need to do, we need to load this LLM. So I'm going to define load model. Okay, so what is the model that we are going to load up? It is basically this MobileNet v2. So model is equal to MobileNet v2. Okay, the weights are going to be ImageNet. Okay, now don't worry too much about it, it's just boilerplate. We're going to move ahead and then I'll explain to you the entire program. Now, so I'm going to return the model. Let's go ahead. Okay, so now we need to process this image because of course people can upload absolutely any image. It can be of any size, but this particular model, this MobileNet v2, has a specific image size as its requirement. So let's see how we can do that. So for that, I'm going to do define pre-process image, and then it will be given with an image. And then I first of all need to convert this into an array. Then I need to resize this image to a size of 224 to 224. This is the particular size that MobileNet accepts. Beyond that, what I need is this image to be pre-processed. I don't want this as pre-processed, I did this as pre-processed input. All right, and then what I need is I need to expand its dimension because MobileNet expects a lot more data, but we are going to pass through just one image, so we need to do this as well. np.expand dimensions. We need to expand the image. Axis is equal to 0. Okay, this is just so that MobileNet is expecting a lot of images, but we have just one, which is why we use this particular thing. All right, moving ahead. So we have processed this image and it is now ready to be used. But once we are done with this, I obviously want this image to be returned as well. The next thing that we need to do is, of course, once we have uploaded the image, we need to classify it. Okay, so for that, I am going to define a new function. So define classify image. I am going to pass it some image. Now, how is it going to process all of it? I'm going to try. We can all just try. Okay, so I'm going to try to use the processed image. Okay, I'm going to pre-process it. The next thing that I need to do is I need to get the predictions. Okay, predictions. I need the model to make its predictions on my processed image. Okay, and then whatever predictions has been given to me, I need to decode those predictions. Okay, so we need to decode these predictions that have been given by the predictions, but I don't want all of those predictions. I just want top 3. And I just want their first content. Okay, don't worry too much about it. I'll explain this in just a moment. Moving ahead. Okay, now if all of this works, then I want you to return the decoded predictions. Okay, but if this does not work, okay, in that case, of course, there's an error. So except if there's an exception raised, I'm going to raise it as E. Okay, and whatever exception is there, I want it to be reported. Okay, I want an F string right here, and it should be error classifying image. And what is the error? It is the string. It is the string version of the error. Okay, so this is what I want. And if there is an error, of course, I don't want it to return anything. All right, moving ahead. I'll of course explain what is going on in this project, but let's we have defined a lot of functions. We have defined functions that will load our LLM model. We have defined function that will process our image and make it ready for the LLM to work on it. And then we have a function that will actually do the classification of the image. So now let's write the main function as well. So what is the main function here? Okay, the main function will obviously call all of it. So in our main function, first of all, since we are using Streamlit, we need to set the page a little bit. So I'm going to set st.set page config, just like we did in the previous case. We have a page title. Okay, the page title is going to be AI image classifier. All right. Once this is done, I also want a page icon. Again, I'm going to press the window key and the period. Since this is going to be an image classifier, I'm going to use this one. Okay, now I will also center its layout. Okay, I'll also center its layout. Done. All right, now this is just the tab that appears. We need to configure more. So I'll put an st.title and I'll say AI image classifier. All right, and then I'll also use some markdown. I'll write it out directly. Okay, I'll say upload an image and let AI tell you what is in it. All right, moving ahead. Now there is one important thing here that we need to understand. Whenever you use Streamlit and you make any change, the code starts to run right from the beginning. Okay, so even if you made a change in, let's say, line 39, the code is going to start running from line 1. This is obviously not the best thing to do because that would mean that it's going to upload the image again and again. But what we really want is, if we are making a change on, let's say, line 39, okay, we still want what has not been affected to not get reloaded. We only want those parts to be reloaded that have gotten some changes. If there are no changes, we don't want them to be affected. So how do we do that? We of course do that by caching it. Okay, now how do we cache right here? We obviously use a decorator. So how do we do that? So we do an st cache resource. Okay, and what is the resource that we want to cache? So we want to cache the model, okay, that we have already uploaded, that we have not made any changes so far. Okay, and I wanted to return the load model. Okay, again, like I said, this is just to, lessen the load on our CPU and also to not have to load everything right from the beginning. Don't worry too much about it right now. It's not that important. This is just used to make our job easier, to use lesser resources. Now, moving ahead. So now our model is the cached model. Okay, we want to load the cached model of it. If it hasn't changed, it will remain as it is even when we rerun it, and we need to then upload the file, just like we have done in, I believe, the previous project where we wrote the AI resume critical. So we have the upload file, not the upload file, we have the uploaded file, and this is equal to st.upload file uploader. Okay, we can give an input upload, choose your image. Let's do choose your image, and then just like in the previous case, we gave it a type of PDF or text. Here we will say type is equal to, let's say we can accept JPEGs or PNGs. Okay, or let's say PNGs. Now once the file has been uploaded, we need to make sure that yes, the file is uploaded. So to ensure that file has been uploaded, we'll say if uploaded file is not none. Okay, which means that yes, in fact something has been uploaded. We want to process it. So what do we want to do? We want image is equal to st.image. We want to show whatever image has been uploaded. And how do I want to show it? I of course want to show whatever has been uploaded. Okay, and I want to put a caption here as well. What the caption is going to be? The caption is going to be uploaded image. All right, the caption is going to be uploaded image. Okay, and beyond that, I want to use the container width. Okay, I'm going to put this as true. Okay, I'll explain what that means when we see it. All right, now once it has in fact been uploaded, there can be a button. Okay, there can be a button which says, okay, which says to classify the image. Okay, once the image has been uploaded, I can push a button that will actually start to classify the image, and the button has been pressed. Of course, like I said the last time, it will turn true. If the button has been pressed, it will turn true. If not, it will stay as false. Then what we are going to do is we are going to show some kind of a spinning thing that will tell you that yes, it is still in process or progress. Okay, and it will tell me that the analysis is and let's say analyzing image, okay, let's say that it is analyzing it. While it is analyzing it, what do I want it to do? I want the image to open it up. Okay, I want to display that. Beyond that, I want the model to predict it. Predictions is equal to, I want the model to classify the image. I need to pass on the model. I also need to pass on the image that is going to be processed. Okay, and if the AI is working and it is able to give me some predictions, so if there are predictions, it is obviously going to be a true value. Okay, then I don't want all the predictions, I just want few of them. How do I show that? I will show that as predictions. Okay, let me finish this and I'll show you. Now, predictions will contain a lot of values, so let me finish this and I'll explain. And I have label as well, and then I have score as well. I'll show you why I did all of this in predictions. Okay, I'm going to write it out. Okay, so I am again going to use an F string. So let me bold it. I have the label right here, bold, done. Then I want to explore the score as well. Okay, but the score is going to be a value of 0 to 1. I want it to be a percentage, so I'm going to put something like this. I wanted to have two decimal places, and I want it to be displayed as percentage. All right, and if all of this works, if underscore name is equal to main, okay, then I want to call the main function. All right, now let me explain first what is going on. Why is it giving me an error? All right, we'll try to run it up and then we'll see if there is an error. We'll see if there is an error. Now let me explain once again what's really happening. So let me explain what is happening right here. Of course, first of all, we made all the imports. Now we have defined a model. Okay, so the model is going to be MobileNet V2. It's a pretty small model, very useful one, and it will work in our case. Okay, then we have something that will change the image dimensions to something that this particular LLM can use. Beyond that, now this is the function that actually tells the LLM what does it need to do. Okay, it is basically going to first of all process the image. It is going to get the predictions from the LLM. Okay, and then it is going to decode whatever the LLM has returned to us. Okay, now of course the LLM may give us several answers. Maybe it can give us 10 guesses or 15 guesses or 20 guesses. Obviously we don't want all of those. We just want the top 3 guesses. Let me show you where that is. Right, so we just want the top 3 guesses. We don't want all of them, and we just want the response of it. Okay, this is just for an error. We can ignore this. This is where we define what our page will look like. We have just cached it so that it doesn't load the entire thing again and again. Beyond that, this is just UI of how this thing is going to look. All right, so let me run this and I will show you what output we are going to get. So I'm going to do UV run again, just like we did the previous case, streamlit run main.py. All right, let's run it and hope there are no errors. Let's check it out. All right, working. Yeah. So as you notice that we have a URL, you can copy this and paste it in there. Right now, if you will notice that it might be downloading something, that's absolutely fine. Let's go back to our browser. It is still downloading. That's perfectly fine. It will load up in just a second and I'm going to wait for it to finish loading, but I'll show you in the background. So in the background, as you will notice, perhaps it is being downloaded. All right, no worries. I'm going to let it take its time. In the meanwhile, I have an image that I am going to ask it to decode. So I have this image of a dog that I want this model to classify. Okay, I have not given this image any name. It's still untitled JPEG, and I want the model to classify this image for me. Okay, so I'm going to give it some time, and in the meanwhile, maybe I'll download one more image. So maybe I'll download some car image. Okay, so maybe I'll download this one. I think I like this one. So I'm going to save this image. Okay, untitled, I'm going to call it untitled 2. All right, let's save it. Oh yes, okay, so this has completely loaded up. Okay, so AI image classifier. If you cannot see it, let me zoom in. Okay, upload an image and let AI tell you what is in it. Choose your image, drag and drop file. So I'm going to browse it. Okay, I'm going to use untitled first. Okay, and yeah, so I'm going to zoom out. Okay, so I've uploaded this, clearly not the most high resolution image, but it's going to work out. So here's the image, here is the caption, uploaded image, which was present right here. Okay, so image, show the image and show the caption, uploaded image. Okay, now I'm going to ask it to actually classify it, clicking on this. Okay, and the model is going to work. Oh, all right, so there's some error. Let me check. Classify image takes one positional argument, but two were given. There's clearly some error. Let's check it out. So expected one positional argument. Predictions classify image. If I go to this classify image, do I already have the model here? All right, let me remove this model right here. Okay, all right, let me remove this model right here, and I'm going to try it once again. Let me refresh. Clearly, as you can see, I had to upload the image once again, open and classify image. Model is not defined. All right, so clearly we're doing something wrong. Let me check out what the error is. Right, so I should have passed the model here as well. When I define this classify image, I need to change it here as well. So model and image, both of them. All right, so let's run that once again. All right, running it once again, browse files. I'm going to upload my untitled dog here. Okay, I'm going to ask it to classify. It's analyzing the image. You can see there's a very nice spinner right here, and it has told me golden retriever, it's confident that it's 76%, otterhound 12.3%, and clumber, I don't know if that's a species of dog, it is basically 2%. So it has given us a very good prediction that what is present in this image. Okay, now of course I'm going to use one more image. I'm going to use the car image, open it. So it has this car right here. I'm going to ask it to classify. Sports car, 15% cap, parallel bars. I guess this is what it's talking about, but sports car, it's confident that it's a sports car. Of course, the clearer the image, the better the answer is going to be. And if the model has seen this, it will be able to classify it. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed the 3 projects that we have done. You can use these 3 projects in your portfolio and use these as stepping stones into integrating AI into your Python projects. Okay, if you have liked what we have done so far, I would urge you to like, share, comment and subscribe to this for more absolutely amazing content that I have planned for you going ahead in the future. Thank you all very much.